And I'm back. We're having some connectivity issues. I don't know how long this one will go up with it. I don't know if it's some internet problems in the neighborhood or whatever. We didn't have a lot of that out here. I think the way that it's built, the infrastructure out here with the whatever. But yeah, I'm back. So parenting is difficult. Hey Owen, I didn't know if you were on earlier because you kept on disconnecting me. We're talking about all things parenting. We had pretty much a good discussion so far. And I was basically just trying to get information, soliciting to see, you know, like how people felt or whatever about certain things with parenting, the difficulties we're talking about, the single parenting, separate parenting, and everything that we were talking about parenting, how difficult it is today. Because, you know, especially like if you have children now versus if you say you bring, you know, like if you had a almost practically grown child in the home and now you have a new child, whether it's through birth or through, you know, significant other or marriage or whatever. No internet in my A-Leaf. You live in A-Leaf, Owen? That must be what it is. I'm an A-Leaf too. It must be. You know, we experience a lot of that out here. I mean, a lot. And in my house too, we don't get, man, we don't get our phone calls or anything. I have to always make sure my Wi-Fi is off on my phone because we don't get a lot. I didn't know that you were an A-Leaf. Owen, what part of A-Leaf are you in? If you're an A-Leaf, you have no excuse not to be up here with me. For real. No excuse not to be up here with me. Co-hosting with me. Because you're very super close. Hey, girl. Looks like we were disconnected earlier, guys. I'm sorry. Owen is saying that there's no internet in A-Leaf, and that's where I'm at. We're going out. But I go through that a lot out here. Connectivity is always terrible out here. But yeah, so the parenting. Did anybody else have really anything else to say about what you've experienced with the parenting or situations or whatever? Hey, sorry guys. Y'all are back. Hey, loves. Hey. So yeah, so we're talking about parenting, you know, difficulties in parenting. It is difficult. It is difficult, whether they're grown or, like I say, combined families. Always makes it difficult, whether you believe in disciplining them physically or not. You know, how it's changed for you if you're, you know, you're now a grandparent versus being a parent. You know, the difficult ages, everything that goes on when you're, you know, going through, you know, the whole parenting situation. Hey yo, everybody. So she said you had to plug your phone. It was almost dead. Owen, you never told me where you're at in A-Leaf. You don't have to tell me specifically. Just tell me like the general area. I am Kirkwood. I'm a Kirkwood, Belford and Kirkwood is where I'm at. In my A-Leaf hood. Hey David, welcome. Yeah, so you know, we pretty much covered a lot on this topic already. I did way more talking than I'd normally like to until the end. So I really want you guys to add some more comments to it because your opinions hold lots and lots of value. AA, I see you up there on IG. What up? I seen you going hard. I seen you've been posting away live. You are Mr. I'm calling your ass Mr. IG Live is what I call you. What did you miss? Jesus is a lot about parenting. Jesus is on IG. Everybody say hello to each other, y'all. We've been on for about 40 minutes or so. I just had to reconnect on Facebook because it looks like our internet is down. I'm surprised that IG didn't go down. But IG might actually be connected on my tablet to my phone because on my hotspot. But maybe that's what that is. But yeah. So, no, we're just talking about parenting, the difficulties. Ass whooping is what kids need, he says. Jesus says, sorry, no kids. Okay, but do you have a significant other, Jesus, that has children? Or do you find it difficult to watch your siblings or, you know, family members discipline their kids in any way? It's not necessarily all about the discipline. It's more, it's a wide array. It's like, you know, even you want to protect the children that you love, nieces and nephews. You want to protect them, you know, from making bad decisions, but you know that as young adults, hello, King. You know that as young adults, that you know, they're going to have to make their own decisions. At 16, 17, 18 years old, they're so grown, you know, they're not even going to, you know, they're not even going to, you know, like, listen to you. I can't wait to be grown. I'm going to do what I want. I'm going to have this. I'm going to have that. I'm going to have many kids I want. My kid, I'm not going to treat my kids like that. I'm going to do everything I want to. You know, I mean, they make it difficult. They make them, they make you want to put your hands on them, you know, because, but, you know, that's how, you know, you're reacting out of emotion. Remember, I told you all about emotion. You know, you're not supposed to be disciplining them out of emotion anyway. You're not supposed to be spanking on them when you're mad. They can piss you off, but you're not supposed to do it out of emotion. It's supposed to be, discipline is supposed to be administered in black and white, choice and consequence. That's my opinion. We've been here, done that. I've already said my opinion about that. Every form of discipline does not work the same for every child. Some kids, you could just look at them and you can, you know, they know, hey, mama means business, daddy means business. I know better. I don't want to even be on that level. You know, I could take anything away from him and he would just chill out. He would be so good after that. Choice and consequence. The other one, she would just buck you and say, I dare you, you know, put your hand, what you gonna do? You ready to throw hands up? You know what I'm saying? Let's go. And no, you know, it's not what it is. Because you're a child and I'm an adult. I'm charged with parenting you and taking care of you. You're my responsibility. And therefore, I'm going to be in your face. I'm going to be telling you what's right and wrong because it's my job. J-O-B. Do you know what that means? Yeah, that's what I say. It said ass whooping is what kids need. Sorry, no kids. Jesus says, I grew up getting an ass whooping, and I think kids to get ass whoopings like back in the days. You know, I mean, everybody has their thing. But we were talking to Jesus earlier, and we were talking earlier about the whole spanking. How it's like we got a new generation of, obviously, per se, of kids now. You know what I'm saying? They're not the same. It's not the same situation now. This world is presenting them with so much more right there in their face all the time. So the same discipline doesn't work all the time on every child. But you are absolutely entitled. I mean, what was the reason why? Okay, you grew up getting your ass whipped, right? You didn't do certain things because you didn't want to feel the pain of that ass whipping is what it was. You would run and hide. And if you run from them, it made them even more mad. Because by the time they would catch up to you, you was going to get the worst ass whipping ever because now they're angry, right? Now they're angry with you, right? Unless they just, you know, put hands on you. I mean, whatever, you know. In my life, you know, yeah, I had one great go out there and go pick the switch. You know, be bring me no wimpy ass switch either, because if you do, kids be like, I'm just calling the cops. That's what I'm talking about. The rights are different. The line between abuse and discipline is different. So you have to be so careful. Welcome, Antonio. You have to be, but this is the thing. You have to prepare them for the world, which is I was saying, because what are the fucking cops doing? They're killing them too. They're beating them up and killing them too. So then what? What have you accomplished? So you're not in their face. You're not handing up on them, taking care of your business. You're not making them knowledgeable of this world. And now they get out in the streets and they might do the smallest thing. They might not even do anything. They might be in the wrong place at the wrong time. And the cops roll up, and then next thing you know, you got a dead child. I mean, let's be real. It's your responsibility to take care of them and prepare them for everything. So no matter what that entails. But so you don't want to be the enemy of the state per se. The child is the state. You know what I mean? You don't want to be the enemy of the state, but you do need to do what you got to do to take care of them. And you know, because like I said, once you have children, all your life goes out the window until you raise that child or children. It's what it is. It's your responsibility. That's it. And Lala says, I don't think discipline is all about whippings, but I do think that when it's necessary, that it is necessary sometimes. People believe that it's necessary sometimes. Necessary evil. If it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. So, and then she says, I think it's important to teach them right when they are young. You absolutely have to be in their face every minute of every day. You need to be. That's why I commend people. You know, it pisses me off when people say that a stay-at-home mom or a stay-at-home dad, that it's not hard work. That's an absolute job. If you've never stayed home with children all day long and taking care of them all day long, It's not just you sitting up with your feet up watching TV and soap operas or whatever all day, or reality all day. No, the reality is you're dealing with children all day who need you, and you have to stay in their face all day. You have to correct the negative behaviors all day long. Because if you do not take care of them, the world is going to handle them. And you're absolutely right. You have to start immediately. You have to start when they are in their face immediately. You have to teach them right now. And whatever means that it takes, you have to do it. So when people say that, oh, you just stay at home, oh, you know, my wife or my baby mama, they just stay home, they're lazy, they this and they did this and that and that and that. No, I commend people that will configure their schedules or work part-time or do whatever they got to do so they can be home to raise their children properly. I commend those parents that refuse to put their children in daycare so their kid could get abused by other people in a daycare. You're seeing the videos every day. All this viral stuff where you're seeing children being beat up, you know, abused, neglected. And, you know, you say, oh, daycare. Oh, da-da-da-da-da. You know what? The safest place for your child a lot of times is at home with you. So y'all might need to tighten up the notches a little bit, you know, tighten your budget up to the point to where somebody can stay home and take care of them. And no matter what you do, you have the child, you don't get your other children to raise your other kids. That's so inappropriate. It's not their responsibility. Yes, it's that everybody in the house should help out as a family, but your children are not your other children's parents. They're not the one who's responsible. What you don't realize what you're doing whenever you leave your other small children to the devices of your older children or barely older than them is that you are already equipping that other older child to learn how to be a parent themselves off top early. You're making them comfortable. When you put that baby in their arms and make them completely responsible for that child, that small child, you're making them know they're bonding with that child, of course, but they're bonding with them in the way they shouldn't be bonding with them. They're bonding with them like a parent bonds to a child, not like a sibling to a sibling. You need to be careful of that. You have to be careful with that. I've seen it. That's why you have these 12 and 13-year-old moms. It's ridiculous because, oh, I know how to take care of a kid. I've been taking care of my little brother and sister since I was 8 years old. Where WTF is the parent? No, it's not appropriate. It's your responsibility. You got to do what you got to do. And like, I can't see little bad-ass kids and parents think that it's cute and funny. Oh, baby, no, yes, in a heartbeat. And, baby, that's my thing, too. Oh, and Lala, I will call them out, and I will look, baby, I can't stand it. When I'm especially in the grocery store, wherever I am, and this child is sitting here hollering and screaming, ain't nothing wrong with them. They're in the backseat hollering and screaming like that. I lost a gosh darn mind. And I'm looking at the parent. I would listen to what I'm saying. Me, baby, I would just turn around. Look, I'm so serious about this. Lala, you can attest because you see me do it. My eyes speak for me. If looks could kill, it would be a whole lot of dead folks. Because I would stand by, but like, I'm looking at them, and I'm like, I'm looking at the kid, and I'm looking for the parent. I see the parent, I'm like, excuse me, what is this child hollering for? You're being disrespectful up in here. I don't want to hear all that. Yes, it's a public place, but guess what? I didn't come here for that. I don't need to be disciplining your child telling you what to do. Why is, I'm about to say a bad word. You know, I got to filter myself. Why is this little child hollering and screaming? That's what's wrong with him right now. There's something wrong with him when he's 4 years old running around with a freaking diaper on anyway. That shows your parenting right there. Please, Lord, help me. I can't even go off on this one because I can tell you, she knows, Lala knows. If you know me, you know I would not tolerate bad children. Oh, and I hear you. I cannot, as the Lord is my witness, that I would snatch somebody's child up, and I'm not trying to fight grown folks or children. But I would be like, you little kid, look, go sit your ass down somewhere. And then you stay trying to give them candy and cookies and, oh, you want this, Tommy? Hell no, Tommy, you ain't getting nothing. Go sit your ass down somewhere. This is the problem. You've been giving this little kid everything. Have you heard of quiet time? Have you heard of time out? Why are you shoving shit down his throat? Because you don't want to hear it? Are you for real? Okay, Owen, that's what I'm saying. No filter. Go ahead, please. Because I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're preparing him to get his ass stomped somewhere else. In the right setting, somebody will snatch his little ass up. He's going to be 16 to 17 years old, disrespecting people, and he's going to get his ass stomped. Somebody's going to put their foot in his neck, whether it's another person, because he's running off at the mouth, or she's running off at the mouth, and or the police are going to deal with it, and they're going to fuck around and kill your kid. Sorry language. I'm sorry. You got to prepare them. You got to make them knowledgeable of the world. They have to know what's going on. They have to be awake. Your kids need to be awake. You cannot have them out here functioning in this world and they're just like going through the world like it's a breeze, and you don't teach them consequences for their actions. It's not what's up. They're your responsibility. That is your primary responsibility. When you have a child, it's your primary responsibility to raise them. Your life stops. Party what? Party who? Money what? Purse what? Bag what? New car what? No. Your ass is going to have some days where you're going to be hungry and starving. You might get a couple bites off of that plate before you serve it to them, and that might be the dinner that you got, because they are your responsibility primary. Hook, line, and sinker. That's it. Signed, sealed, delivered. They're yours. Your responsibility. So if shit goes to the left, haywire, you can't blame nobody but yourself, because ultimately you have the control over that, and you did not handle up as the parent. And you're absolutely right. Weak ass parents. Absolutely not. Okay. Make sure your children are awake. Aware. They will become what you invest in them. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to say something else too, and it's true. There are bad seeds, period. Just like this, I don't know, it depends on what your belief system is, whatever you feel or think. Some people are just a bad seed, period. It doesn't matter what you invest in them. Some things, some children, some people are just pure evil, period. It takes all kinds in this world. That's why you see murder and rape and mayhem, because some people are just built evil. They're just made for evil. You can't understand because you can't wrap your mind around it, because you could never do it. You could never foresee that. You could never function that way. But just the same way that it takes good people in this world to be in this world, their evil must also exist. It's like checks and balances. It's sickening and it's sad. And we could go into that all day long about it. But there's some children that are just born, you could have a set of twins, and one of them is chilling and cool as all outdoors, and the other one is just pure evil. And you don't, for no reason why. You didn't teach them that. You brought them up the same way. They got the same love and attention and time, but they're just evil. They just want evil. They laugh at things that aren't funny, that are immoral or inappropriate. They take thrills of, the whole, just go ahead and look up the description of serial killers. All of that. And you see that there is evil that exists. And it comes in all forms. And all I can say is you just pray for it. Do the best you can. It's a bad situation. Sometimes there's just nothing you can do, no matter what your parenting skill level is. No matter how much you're in their face, it's just nothing that you can do. So that's a situation that you just can't control. And sometimes, unfortunately, they meet their demise because of it. And it's not because you didn't do the best you could. You did try. Been there, seen it happen before. It's not pretty. And then Owen says a lot of these parents don't have the slightest idea as to what parenting actually means. You're absolutely right. It's your number one job and responsibility. That's really all there is to it. That's your ultimate job and responsibility. No matter what, no matter how many, you have to be on the same page on both sides. It's hard to be a single parent. It's hard to co-parent. It's hard when you have blended families. It's hard whenever you bring someone new into the mix as a parent. It's hard when you bring someone new into the mix as a significant other, spouse, and they have children that are the same age as your children, and y'all are all under one roof, per se, Brady Bunch type stuff. Sibling rivalry. It's hard. But I just want to say, and Owen says, well, Owen I'm playing devil's advocate. Some people parent the only way they know, which is in most cases how they were raised, or they just don't care to learn better ways. And that's absolutely what we're talking about. That, we're talking about all of that. You know what I mean? And it's very true. And it's not so much devil's advocate. It's really about knowing and learning. You know what I'm saying? And learning. There's so much emotional scarring that goes on. If your parents, were raised a certain way or not raised, or they raised themselves, you know what I'm saying? Then they came to you and they did the same thing with you. Situation presents itself to be like, it's difficult because it's like it presents itself to be like, well, what do I do as a parent? Again, for me, I take a look at it in the situation and say, we're dealing with different children. We're dealing with different laws. The children are so emotionally broken already with all this bullying in school, and they need to tough it up. And then, listen, you're dealing with a different time and generation. Things are so different now. You have to be mindful of what they go through on a daily basis as human beings. This world is an ugly, cruel place. It's your responsibility to make sure that your children are protected and safe, and that they are aware and awake. I'm going to keep saying awake. Make sure your children are awake and knowledgeable to what is going on in the world. Sit down and have discussions with your children. Turn off the TV. Turn off the games. Give them a pen and a journal. Have them journal. My kids would journal. They had an option. They could read a book or journal for the last hour before bed. TV went off. They need to get in touch with their emotions. Do y'all have anything you want to talk about? What's going on? We sat down and did homework together. I checked homework at the table. Hours and hours upon investment in the children is required. They're better because of it. I can't say they're going to be perfect. Can't say they're not going to make their own mistakes. But the truth is that they are better human beings because of it, because you invested your time and energy into them. And they were awake and aware. Hey, welcome. They were awake and aware of what is going on in the world around them, especially now more than ever, where there's so much neglect and abuse, and so much abuse, again, with the justice system, even in Texas alone. It's not any place that I could say that I would be completely proud of. I could never be part of this justice system, ever. And I've been on both sides of it. Both sides of it. And it's horrible. So, if you don't take care of your kids, you don't make sure that they're awake, you don't make sure that they know what the consequences of their actions out here in these streets, what they could be exposed to out here in these streets are, it's going to be a sad, sad day when they get out there and somebody of law enforcement or somebody, ugly and cruel puts their foot on your child's neck and your child ends up in a coffin. It's not going to be a good day. I'm trying to tell you. And Owen says, precisely, I also think that it is learned behavior coupled with poor choices. Absolutely. It's all about choice and consequence. We talk about this all the time. That's the way I raised mine. That's the way, again, to each his own. I can't say what's going to go on in your home. You have to know what works for you and your children. All I can tell you is that you must be 100% invested. And that's all there is to it. And Owen says, you see, some parents mistake abuse as being discipline. Mistake abuse as being discipline. Absolutely. Again, my opinion on that is you're not supposed to discipline your children when you're angry. They can piss you off to the max. You could be like, you embarrassed me. This is not what you know. You at the schoolhouse acting a fool. I had my mom drag me up out of the school, drag me into the school before, because I was late and I was embarrassed to go to school late because I missed the bus. I didn't want to walk in and have the attention on me because I was tarding to school. So I would rather not even go and just, say I was sick, because I was embarrassed. But she drug my ass up in that school, baby, and embarrassed me more than I could ever been embarrassed. But that was her technique, and it's what she did. I bet you my ass didn't miss that bus again, because I've been on CPT my whole life. I'm always late. I'm late. I was born late. I'm late for everything. I try my best as an adult now. It's difficult, but it's me. She's drugged me up in there before, She's drugged me up out of there before, And I was a good kid in school. I didn't really do anything bad at all. Me too, laughing my ass off, right? It's difficult. Oh my God. I mean, you know what I mean? Me, like, I'm not, like I say, I don't, when you know better, you do better. And my mom, she learned, I pray, that she learned, the difference between the parenting and grandparenting. Because you look at your parents and you look at how they treat your kids, or, your nieces and nephews, or, their grandkids now. And you're like, what? Are you serious? Like, dude, if I ever even fixed my mouth to say something like that, even I look like that, I was getting a glass upside the head. Phone books, phone book, extension cord, lamp, whatever was within reach, glasses of tea. I mean, look, dude, I got scars to prove it. I don't have to lie. I'm looking at these little kids and I'm like, are you serious for real right now? Like, dude, I would be like in the grave if I did that. But, you know, it's again, they learn. So they're like, I know better, so I'm doing better. I'm not going to do that. And you're looking at them like, little kid, you're so lucky. Because if that was me, I would be dead right now. I would be under the jail or under the grave. You heard that? I brought you into this world, I'll take you out. I've heard that before. No, I haven't heard my mom said that to the kids, little kids. No. So, you know, choice and consequence. That's how I say. So anyway, if you don't have anything more about it, we'll talk about topics next week. For next week, y'all can suggest now, or we can suggest later. And Lala says, I think the kids see how y'all respect your mom. That makes a huge difference. Absolutely. Oh my God, yeah. Right? They know. We don't really have any problems out of those kids. I'm serious. I mean, we've been blessed. I got a damn good set of nieces and nephews. Now they have their own kids. You know what I'm saying? I got a damn good set of them, man. I'm telling you. You know, it's an amazing thing. You know, and even my little nephews now, you know, and you know all the grandkids now, you know, like they're respectful and responsible. They live by the rules. We got rules posted in my house. You know, it is what it is. You know, hands and feet are used for helping only. You know, respect people's feelings and opinions. If someone hurts your feelings, tell them that they hurt your feelings. You know what I mean? We talk, do not take things that do not belong to you. We have rules in our home. It's necessary. You're structuring these little children. You're investing in them. You're teaching them something to be proud of. I have to crack up laughing at you. Oh my God, Lala. This says, Owen says, I think one of the cardinal rules for parenting is being proactively involved. Every day, all day, Owen. It's your responsibility. You know what? Team no sleep, team no money, team no fun. That's what you're on when you're a parent. You're on all the team of no. My team is called no. No money, no sleep, no fun, no life. And it's cool because they're your everything. They only have you. You have to take care of them. And Lala says, they know y'all scared of Mama Red. Because my mama will put the foot in your ass. Even now. Dude, like I don't even cuss around my mom. I mean, if it just slips, if I'm mad about something and it slips out, I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, oh mom, I'm sorry. Oh mom, I'm sorry. You didn't allow me to say that. I'm over here, you know, I'm look at me. I'm right here with my mom, bro. I'm sitting at the table with her. And I'm low key like, oh girl, that's so fucking funny. What? Oh shit. I'm sorry, mom. I didn't mean to say the bad word. I'm sorry. Cause she's looking at me. She's looking at me with her head upside. Look, girl. You steal my child, but I'll still whoop your ass. If that works for you, I'm grown. You ain't gonna whoop my ass, but I'm gonna run though. I'm gonna run. I promise I'm gonna run. Cause she gonna chase me. Say, look, I got speed. Don't call me Speedy for nothing. I know how to run. I've got quick reflexes. I learned. But for real, Mama Red. I feel sorry for you. I feel sorry for anybody who's ever had to deal with that wrath. Scary. Here's Owen says, let's talk about kids choosing to be gay and parents allowing it instead of parenting them in the right direction. All right, okay. Let's go. That's what's up. Next week's topic is the choice to be gay. Children choosing their sexuality. We'll say that. Children choosing sexuality. We'll call it children choosing sexuality and parents' responsibility. That's what we'll call it next week. All right. Season 2, episode 12 is already going down. Lana said, that's how Chris is. He don't cuss around me. You sure right. And he was like, oh, I'm sorry, Ricky. I'm sorry. He's very respectful though. That freaking, I was about to say that word. That freaking kid is awesome, man. I couldn't ask for I'm so proud of him, period. That's all I'm going to say. And nobody's perfect, but he's close enough. Oh, have mercy. Or maybe not enough time for that. There's always enough time. We can do it in two parts. Oh, we'll do it in 2 parts. Oh, and before we go, I need to know what part of A-Leaf you're in. Because I'm right over here, and you need to be with me here, posting here. People want to see more than just my face. People always want to. And we're going to have it filmed, too. Matt is going to come, and we're going to have a location. He's going to film for me and do some stuff for me. We're going to hook it up. We're going to make it really, really professional. So, hey, hey. He has the best with the worst luck. He absolutely does. But you know what? That just makes him stronger. That just means that he's destined for greatness no matter what. I might be all of those things, but you know me. I don't take myself too seriously. I think that's the reason why I am humble. I am successful because in whatever I do. Because I don't take myself too seriously. So, all right, next week, season 2, episode 12. Dino, what up? So, season 2, episode 12 next week is Children Choosing Their Sexuality, part 1. Children Choosing Their Sexuality, part 1. Season 2, episode 12, topic, Children Choosing Their Sexuality, part 1. And the answer is no. Lisa, no. Steve, Dino. And Owen says, oh, okay. That is very close. I'm Kirkwood. I'm on Kirkwood between Bissonnette, or better known as the strip, the track. But now I'm this end. It's closer to the Beltway end, and it's closer to 59 is where the track is at. On my end, I'm closer to Derry Ashford and stuff. But we are I'm close to you, so you have no excuse. I'm calling, put that call out, especially when I get the taping done. Okay, so next week, season 2, episode 12, Children Choosing Their Sexuality, part 1. Y'all be here and be ready. For now, I want to say thank you for joining. Thank you for supporting me always. Thank you for chiming in. Thank you for coming on after we were disconnected because of poor technology in our A-Leaf hood. Thank you. All right. Okay, and y'all, I want y'all to pray for me tonight. This might seem shallow, but it's really not, because I just want to feel better. I want to stop digging my eyes out and my ears out, and I want my nose to stop running. And I want to feel better. I want my allergies and sinuses to leave me. I want to stop taking drugs for this purpose. I'm ready to feel better because my birthday is Friday, and I am not trying to be sick on my birthday. So please pray for me, please, that I cannot be sick on my birthday. Okay? Thanks. It means the world to me. I love you guys. All right, so we have our topic for next week. I'll go ahead and start posting it as we speak. I'll go ahead and start posting. But I want you to have a great night. I love you guys, and thank you so much for joining me. If you have any questions or suggestions of anything else, anything that you want to say that you don't want to say online or during the show and you want me to say it for you, come on through. DM me, PM me, IG me, whatever, text me, whatever method of communication you have with me. Otherwise, I will see y'all next week. Y'all remember that there's always a little time to be fancy, and that's me. And I love you guys, and I'll see y'all next week. Love you. Bye, guys. Keep it classy. And I don't really have a plan, but I will text you what's up. I have no plan for the birthday. But I love you guys. Bye.